shoulder speaker has been like awesome to me because I have learned so much. My confidence has increased so much. I'm willing to talk to strangers and have like a full-on deep conversation because of shoulder speaker. It's made me a much more confident person.
Most students at MVHS know Shreya Patibanda on campus as shoulder speaker, but only a few know about her personality and her passions. We decided to dive deep into her life to discover her love for music production and her family's opinions on her music.
Ninth grade, there was someone else who actually carried a speaker around and played music, and I thought that was the coolest thing to do. And so that's me now. Also in ninth grade, I got introduced to electronic music, and I got introduced by music production through YouTube. I saw a DJ playing his music out loud, and seeing the crowd and seeing how everyone got excited, it was really enlightening for me. Okay, so like first I have the chords on my piano, and then I come up with the lyrics, and usually the lyrics come from me playing it like over and over again. Although this last song, it was a little bit different. So so usually coming up the lyrics takes like a really long time.
She sometimes records my kids' voices, and she's like, oh, I can use this and mix it up with this other piece of music that I have, and she just thinks about music in everything that we do, which is a new development. After, I think she didn't tell me, maybe around 9th grade or something later on, she showed me some of the garage band tunes, and for me it was still garage band, and she enjoyed it, and I said okay, fine. Then I said okay, let's Shreya, it looks like you're interested, why don't you take I started looking, maybe somebody teach her or take some interest in it, let's join some Footles College, and she's joined and got Logic Pro at that point of time.
So voice is something that I've been completely obsessed about. And if you hear some of my previous songs, I actually use something called a vocoder, which is electronic harmonies underneath. And I can show you when I do that.
Now look what you done to me. If you hear that. Now look what you done to me. Now look what you done to me. Now look what you done to me.
So that's a vocoder.
Shreya also elaborated on many of the hardships and negative criticism she had received in the past and how she overcame it.
Some hardships I've experienced producing my own music is that it takes a really long time for me to get the sound I want, and patience is something I had to learn.
After her studies, maybe from 11 p.m. to around 12:30 like that, practice so that she can get that, hit the high notes, and she's able to record it. So those are the hardships. I've seen her, she was frustrated, she would sit and cry. One day, I cannot do it, I will not do it. But I would just let it go, okay, don't do it, drop it. I mean, I'm not going to push you or anything. And she would pick it up herself, and then, she would get it to the closure. So yeah, those are the hardships. I've seen her grow, not only in the vocals.
So yeah, so this is what the sound sounds like. So this is all the plugins next to it. So that's all the different ways I'm manipulating the sound. All the things that are blue. The things that are gray are just turned on. So I can kind of show you the beginning of the process. So what I did, well, this is what I knew beforehand, but I manipulated the sound to sound much better. But this is something I always knew before. So what I do is that so you input a sample, so you can put any type of sample. So for example, the beginning sound. So you input a sample, so a sample is just any type of audio recording, and you put it into something called a sampler, and what that does is that it changes the pitch of what you're doing. So you can actually turn it into notes. I think shoulder speaker is not just about the music, but it's also about portraying happiness, because I think that's really hard to do in this kind of environment. I think me just being who I am with the speaker can be an inspiration for people, regardless of the music. My goal is not only for people to listen to my music because I make the music, but for them to listen to the music because it means something to them. Like if you didn't know I was the face behind it, would you listen to it? And I think that's the major step I'm stepping into right now.